In just a few minutes, you'll find out 5 things about this watch that you didn't know before. Join us to discover the unrevealed secrets of the Vacheron Constantin Traditionnelle Tourbillon Chronograph Collection Excellence Platine. Hi WorldTempus family, we're here at the Vacheron Constantin manufacture today in Plan-les-Ouates, just on the outskirts of Geneva. Thanks so much for joining us today because there's something quite special we wanted to share with you, and it's here in my hands, the new Vacheron Constantin Traditionnelle Tourbillon Chronograph Collection Excellence Platine. That's a long name, but I'll try and unpack it all in just a few minutes. Before we get into the details, let's make sure we're good with the basics. This watch has the designation Collection Excellence Platine, which Vacheron Constantin gives to all their watches that have platinum cases, crowns, buckles, and even dials. Look, you can see the platinum hallmark right here on the dial. PT, which is the chemical name of platinum, and 950, meaning this is at least 95% pure elemental platinum. Even the stitching on the strap contains this precious metal. It's a braided blend of silk and platinum thread. You can also see clearly the other parts of the watch name reflected right here in the watch. The tourbillon is up here in the 12 o'clock position, and this sub-counter over here at 3 o'clock isn't a running seconds, as you might have guessed by the fact that it's not running. It is actually a 45-minute chronograph counter, and of course the chronograph seconds is right here in the center. What's nice about this particular chronograph configuration is that it's a mono-pusher chronograph, so all the chronograph functions are controlled by one single pusher, which is integrated within the crown, so the profile of the watch as a whole is super smooth and clean. Now, let's get into the hardcore nerd stuff. This is a manual winding movement because, as you can see, there's no winding rotor. So you can see all the gorgeous details of the movement, which is the caliber 3200. Look at all the references to this being a manufacturer movement that was created for Vacheron Constantin's 260th anniversary in 2015. You see the Maltese cross here on the chronograph column wheel, on the chronograph intermediate wheel itself, a bit hidden, but you can still see it. And as you know, the Maltese cross is a symbol of Vacheron Constantin, so all these custom touches, all these tiny little touches really let us know how significant this movement is. And within a watchmaking company as prestigious as Vacheron Constantin, that's saying a lot. The caliber 3200 measures in at a height of 6.7 millimeters, which is really slim when you think about it. The watch has a 65-hour power reserve, and you can see the indication here on the dial at the 6 o'clock position. This being a complicated movement, you'd think a power reserve of 65 hours would require a pretty substantial barrel, maybe even 2. Well, it doesn't, and there are a couple of things I want to point out that really help in this area. First of all, the tourbillon is driven from the periphery instead of from the center. You see that gearing, all those tiny little teeth, all this gearing around the outside of the tourbillon, that's what I'm referring to. This also reduces the height of the tourbillon in addition to making it more energy efficient. Now, I've wound the watch slightly so we can actually see the balance ticking, and you might notice that it isn't ticking as quickly as you might have expected. That's because this is a 2.5 Hertz balance, which beats at 18,000 vibrations per hour. Lower balance frequency, ergo slower rate of energy release from the barrel, ergo longer power reserve. You can really get a decent power reserve almost just in this system without additional barrels this way, which is kind of a win-win situation if you ask me. Another height-saving mechanism you can see is right here. It's the lateral clutch chronograph. You can see how the chronograph intermediate wheel is moving along a lateral plane. The more modern clutch system is a vertical friction clutch, which would require more height, so this lateral clutch system is perfect for the caliber 3200. Not to mention it's the more traditional system, which many purists find more beautiful because of its history. The chronograph gearing has been optimized so you really get super precise readings with this system. That used to be one of the criticisms of the lateral clutch chronograph, but Vacheron Constantin obviously went and took care of all that. Now, people are going to ask me how it feels on the wrist, but listen, this is a 42.5mm watch. I have a 12.5cm wrist circumference, so my opinion on wearability is really not the one you want. I'm just giving you my take as a watch nerd. The Vacheron Constantin Traditionnelle Tourbillon Chronograph Collection Excellence Platine is available in a limited edition of 50 pieces. And you should definitely make a date with your nearest Vacheron Constantin boutique to see it in person. I said at the beginning of this video that you would find out 5 things about this watch that you didn't know before, and I'm pretty sure we've already gone over that number. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you again very soon.